What's going on, guys? So in this video we're going to have a little bit of a battle because there has to be a winner, because even though they're both great in their own right, I've spent time with both of these. I want to break it down into, if I only had to pick one, would it be Paris Corner's Charuto Tobacco Vanille or Paris Corner's Mysterious Tobacco in the same Charuto line? They were sent to me for review by the distributor for Paris Corner, called Aroma Concepts, so that will not impact my thoughts and feelings on either one of these. It never does, but I do have to make that noteworthy to let you guys know these were sent out for review. But I've been spending time with them over the last several days, and I want to talk to you guys about them. Let's break it down into a few categories and pick a winner. Stay tuned. So I'll have the notes on screen for Mysterious Tobacco. So Mysterious Tobacco is supposed to be a clone of Carolina Herrera's Mysterious Tobacco, as named. Straight up smells like Mancera's Red Tobacco to me. It is the same note breakdown as the Carolina Herrera fragrance, so I'm sure that is exactly what they were cloning. So apparently Carolina Herrera Mysterious Tobacco smells like red tobacco, is what it comes down to. So it's not just a clever choice in color scheme for the bottle. It's very intentional, which I do love, that frosted red color. So I actually gave this one a full wearing yesterday. I've been doing several test sprays over the weekend, and I gotta say, this one definitely evokes the happiness that Mancera's Red Tobacco does for me as well. There's Gaiac wood and tobacco here that provide kind of this smoky nuance. It's an earthy tobacco. There is a sweetness here, but it's a tonka bean sweetness. So as it dries, there's a little bit of a powdery tone. It's not a very powdery fragrance, but it does get a little powdery as it dries on my skin. It doesn't have the fruitiness here, but it does have that warm ambery tone. There's the earthiness. It's woody. Like I said, a little bit of that pungence from Mancera Tobacco. Not quite as in your face overall, but this one does smell quite lovely. I'm a big fan of this one. Haven't really heard anything about this particular fragrance, and I'm kind of wondering why, because it really is that good. Now, in regards to Charuto Tobacco Vanille, clearly cloning Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This is the one I've always seen on social media. Shout outs to my buddy Montrese. I'd heard great things about this one from him. He's an advocate for this one, and I've seen Scent of the Day posts over the last year on it. I'm actually wearing it today currently. I've spent some time with it over the weekend doing a full wearing now. I have 3 sprays around my neck, as well as a spray on my forearm. So this one opens up very bright, aromatic, leafy, earthy, dry, and a little smoky. And then the sweetness starts to creep in because it's a very leafy tobacco. The sweetness that comes in is a little bit of a dry, fruity tone with some vanilla. The vanilla offers a little bit of a cooling effect to what could be a very spicy and dry fragrance, because the spices really stand out on my skin. It's been about 5.5 hours. This has been 1 spray on the forearm, 3 around my neck, and it's still pumping out pretty strong, which we'll talk about performance on these in just a little bit. But this one's quite lovely. I have spent time with Tobacco Vanille in the past. I do have several other fragrances that smell like Tobacco Vanille, and I would say this is one of the better clones I've ever smelled. The quality here, believe it or not, for being a Paris Corner fragrance, I think is a little bit higher than I anticipated based on experience with other fragrances from different ranges across Paris Corner. Sometimes they smell a little bit lower quality, sometimes they smell a bit higher quality. With these two, pretty impressed actually. They don't smell cheap and synthetic to me, but again, they don't smell like their niche and private blend counterparts either. So there is a bargain aspect to this, and the pricing reflects that, because with the discount code below, you can spend under $50 in the $40 range on each of these versus hundreds of dollars on the real deal of this. And Mancera Red Tobacco, even from discounters, you're going to spend $90 to $100. So the scent profiles here are pretty close overall. I would say Mysterious Tobacco to Red Tobacco is about 80-85%, because it's not directly cloning Red Tobacco. But Tobacco Vanille, I would say this is every bit of 90%, potentially even a little bit better. It does smell very much so like red tobacco. Again, aromatic, leafy, and dry type of tobacco with a little bit of a smoky nuance, a lot of nice spice here. That's on the warmer side than it is the fresher side, with a soft and powdery, creamy vanilla as it dries. When it comes down to which one would win the scent category, it's actually a toss-up, because I don't think one smells better than the other. They're both actually quite nice, so we're going to need the other categories to kind of break this initial tie in the scent category. So unfortunately, we have another straight up, flat out tie. So in my experience with these, it's in the realm of 10 hours on my skin. So 8 to 10 hours is a safe range. to say what you should expect out of both of these. In longevity projection, same thing, in that moderate to heavy range for about 2.5 hours has been my experience. And then the sillage is on the moderate side. Like I said, it's about 5.5 hours that this spray is here of Tobacco Vanille. It's still pumping nice and strong. I was getting whiffs all day yesterday of this one. They're actually pretty strong. I would put them maybe one tick below beast mode in the 4 to 5 spray range, whereas beyond that I could see these being room filling, just aggressive scents. So be mindful of your situation. Don't just heavy spray it just to heavy spray it. See how it's going to react on your skin and assess your situation, because the performance on these across the board, all 3 subcategories in performance, are not quite identical, but they're pretty much what, and one's not really better than the other. 8 to 10 hours longevity is the range for both. Moderate to heavy for about 2.5 hours in projection for both, and then a moderate sillage, which is on the stronger side of the scent bubble and trail that's left after the projection calms down and it gets a bit close to the skin. Again, it's about the same for both. It's a tie. So now versatility. So versatility can break these ties that we've had so far, because with Mysterious Tobacco, I see this as more of a cooler weather, evening appropriate type of scent profile. Not the best choice during the day unless it's colder outside. This is one that I think will do terrible in warmer weather because it is a heavier wear. There's more pungence to it. It's just overall more of a cold cutting type of fragrance. Whereas Tobacco Vanille, I could see this being a daily wear for somebody that's more of a business professional. In an office setting, obviously you're going to want to be mindful of these sprays because it is a pretty strong fragrance. I would say 2 to 3 sprays. Depends on your setting and situation, obviously, but still neither I would want in the high heat summer. But I think this is more of a 3-season fragrance, spring, fall, and winter, day or night. I think this is a great gentlemanly, 30-plus-year-old type of fragrance. Obviously, younger men can wear this if they enjoy it as well, but just as far as what I think of and what it suits best, this definitely has a little bit higher level of versatility than something like Mysterious Tobacco, where I think this is a much more situational fragrance. This can be just as situational, but can also be much better in daily wear situations. So when it comes to versatility, it goes to Charuto Tobacco Vanille. So the final verdict on these two, obviously there was 2 categories that were straight up ties. Versatility, we had a clear-cut winner, but it really comes down to just which one brings me more joy to wear. Which one am I enjoying smelling and the wearing experience overall between the two. As much as I have enjoyed Mysterious Tobacco, I have to admit I've been enjoying Tobacco Vanille just a bit more. This scent profile speaks to me just a bit more. Even though I love the red tobacco style, it's a much more situational fragrance for me. And anybody that's been following me for any length of time, when it comes to fragrances, the higher the level of versatility, the more I will probably like it more often. Though I do like my share of challenging heavy wears, situational fragrances, they are just that for me. They're situational. That is where this one falls. So I think for me, if I had to just pick one, it's going to be Charuto Tobacco Vanille. At the end of the day, this is a battle video, and somebody's got to win. We're not going to play that. They're both winners. Technically, yes, they are. You'd enjoy both, probably. But my opinion, for my style and my taste, if I'm just getting one, this is my winner. Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Well, that was my thoughts and feelings on this little battle in the same line between 2 different tobacco fragrances. Once again, thank you so much to Aroma Concepts for sending this my way. Once again, there's links and a discount code down in the description if you want to check these out. And that's what I like about doing these battle videos. There has to be a winner. We always pick a winner. Though, of course, the cliched thing is the truth. You're probably going to like both of these. They're both really good fragrances. But again, when it comes down to just one, there can only be one. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried these? What do you think about them? Do you have any experience with this one? This one? Neither? Both? Love them? Hate them? I'd love to read about it in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on either of these Paris Corner Charuto fragrances, Mysterious Tobacco or Tobacco Vanille, and you give them a spray now, you'll probably end up thanking me later. So they're both pretty damn good. Have a good one, guys.